Hey parents, I'm going to give you some lessons learned. If your child is 11th or 12th grade high school and they're looking at creating a personal statement for their college admissions, then I invite you to listen to the rest of this video. So I was working with the student, and the student is of a particular faith, and they have noticed in their life that their faith is a little inconsistent, at least according to some people in that faith, with showing compassion and mercy and kindness and acceptance to a marginalized community. Okay? And so he's giving the story of this journey, but he's explaining it. So I'm also noticing in his writing that it needs to be more concise. It's very clear, it's very academic, and well stated. However, colleges want to know two things. They want to know who you are and why it matters. So, here's what's important. Here are some important tips. You want to tell to some degree, but mostly you want to show. And so, if you tell a story and you show, then there's a way to incorporate the things that you want to explain, because the story will speak to the heart, the explanations, and the reflective parts of your student's experience that they want to share with the college speak to the head. You want to speak to both, but you want to lead with the story. Now, there are story techniques and elements, not just inciting incident, rising action, climax of the conflict, and the resolution. But there are many other elements of story that are important for students to include in their personal statement. Okay? And so these will create a lot of white space on the document, which is easier on the eyes and allows a better flow and is hypnotic. It allows the reader to jump in there. And there's also a tip on how to create a story question. What is the story question? Well, when you open up a book at Barnes & Noble and you're taking 5 to 10 seconds to decide whether or not you buy that book, whether or not you spend more time with that book, you're going to read a few words here and there, and they have to grab you. Secondly, you got to learn how to create a story question. That's a question in the reader's mind. How is this going to turn out? There's a technique to doing this. There's a technique to taking writing that's very long and elaborate and weaving that in so that you can take 3 paragraphs and highlight the most important aspects of those paragraphs and where to include that in the essay. All right. So the other takeaway here, let's just recap. Colleges want to know who you are and why it matters. And they are not going to take well to essays that are written really well. They're very academic and explain things. You want to use the kind of writing which I teach called expressive reflective. Expressive is the part of the story that shows, that tells a story. And the reflective part of it is the part of the story or the essay that explains what it means. Who you are is the expressive part of the essay. What it means, why it matters, is the reflective part. Okay, did you catch that? And that goes perfectly with what colleges are looking for. They're looking for who you are and why it matters. Okay, there are other expert tips. What about knowing the college or university you're trying to apply to? Let's say you're applying to 5. University of Connecticut, Rutgers, Brown, Yale, Harvard. These 5 are going to have slightly different values. which will be represented on their website, campus tours, their literature, and everything else that they do. Why not become familiar with that and weave that into your essay? Where do you put that in that college personal statement? Right? How to do this and how to not fall into the trap of, look how impressive I am. The impressiveness trap. So I teach all these things right now. I'm working with some students on this very topic as they look ahead to college. So if you want more information on how to do this, I also offer an easy peasy 2-session program, just 2 sessions, and or it can be 4 sessions depending upon how much work your student needs, but we can decide that. And so just reach out to me, look in the description of this video for more information. You can direct message me or email me and just ask me about this program and what it entails. All right? Take care.